the main challenge on locally led adaptation. But first, I would like to thank our partners from UN Habitat and Water Europe that worked hard with us to organize this Reach Day. So today we will have two 90-minute pavilion sessions. The first one we are about to start is the panel 1 about finance, data, and capacity building, accelerating the transition towards water smart cities, where we will focus on data, capacity building, and finance accelerators of the SDG 6 acceleration framework, and what it means for different stakeholders, including local governments, service providers, and communities. And panel 2 will be on urban water resilience, local adaptation policies, and best practices, where we will have the opportunity to see some of the good practices around the globe and learn from them. And finally, we will have one high-level session focusing on the SDG 6 global framework accelerators to good practice in urban areas and the importance of policies to steer multi-level governance for local water adaptation and accelerations of implementation. We have also organized for you two open workshops focusing on industry, water efficiency, and nature-based solutions in public spaces. We have one TED Talk where we will trace UN Water Action Agenda and local adaptation lens, bringing public and private sectors' views. In our Water Pavilion event today, we have a total of 15 speakers with diverse geographical representation, and I'm very happy to say great gender imperative. Favoring women speakers, we are 10 women speakers today, so let's clap our hands. Very nice, we are 70%. Unfortunately, due to political challenge, one of our TED Talks speaker has been canceled. Gideon Blomberg will not be joining us, but we know he continues to advocate for the role of water and peace and resilience building in the Middle East. So, to start our first panel, I would like to say some words to introduce the team, and then I will present to you our superstars here that will help us to go deep and understand better the subject. So, access to clean water and sanitation is a fundamental human need and a right essential for health, well-being, and resilience. The recent UN 2023 Water Conference has showed that the world is far from achieving SDG 6, which aims to ensure available and safely managed drinking water for all by 2030. As of 2020, there were still 3.6 billion people lacking access to safely managed sanitation and 2 billion without access to clean drinking water. It is crucial that we confront rapid urbanization and climate change with fast-tracked implementation of sustainable water systems to establish water smart cities. To achieve this, the SDG 6 Global Acceleration Framework has been established and aims to mobilize stakeholders, including UN agencies, governments, civil society, the private sector, around 5 interconnected accelerators. They are the main subject we'll be speaking today in the first panel: financing, data and information, capacity development, innovation, and governance. Local governments, water and sanitation operators, community groups, and other stakeholders must be equipped with knowledge, skills, and expertise required to address the complex challenges associated with water management. Therefore, the panel session will discuss the skills and capacities of key stakeholders with a focus on local government, water and sanitation service providers, and community-based organizations, and discuss their financial sustainability, capacity building, and the need for data for informed decision-making. It will also explore the role of various mechanisms, such as water and sanitation operator partnerships in the development of skilled workforce and improved capacity to bridge the gap and realize SDG 6. So that's our big challenge today, to explore all of this content. And I am Ana Asti. I'm from the government state of Rio de Janeiro. I'm Undersecretary for Water Resources and Sustainability at the state. And I will introduce you now our speakers. So we have by my side my partner in this endeavor to build this day, which is Amram Engindines. Am I? Yes, is it right? Great. Program Management Officer, Water Operations Partnership and Accelerator to Resilient Utilities from UN Habitat WOPA. Then we have Paul Garacochea. Is that right, Paul? Director for Sustainable Supply Chains, Agricultural and Food Systems from German Federal Ministry for Economic Cooperation and Development. Thank you very much for being here with us. We have also Sabine Stauffer. Sabine is co-founder of Hydraloop, Water Europe Policy Advisory Committee member, and Cot, CEO and founder of Land Process and Porous City Network. We are also expecting today with us the Honorary Elizabeth Stacky, Lord Mayor of Accra. So let's jump in to our debate, and I ask Amram to come here. Amram joined the Global Water Operators Partnership Alliance in September of 2022 and currently working as a program management officer, responsible for overseeing program and partnership development in the Arab region, the Caribbean, and the Pacific Seas, managing EU WOPs, portfolio in Zambia, Somalia, South Africa, Pakistan, Tunisia, and Palestine. He leads a focal points for climate change of WOPA's programming. Prior to this, should I go ahead? No. Emra saying that that's enough about me. Emra, the floor is yours. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Anna, for your nice introduction and also helping us to moderate today's session. So I'm going to walk you through what we are doing as UN Habitat Program, what we call it Global Water Operator Partnership. So I need to come closer. So as a UN Habitat Program, Global Water Operator Partnership Alliances. So we are based in, I think I'll... So this is working?
Technology.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So we are... I'd like to take, first of all, a brief moment to thank two of our partners, Water Europe and Rio de Janeiro states, for working together to design today's program. Let me begin with explaining you a little bit who we are and what we do. So we are basically a global network of over 140 institutions hosted by UN Habitat. We were initially established based on UN Secretary General, former UN Secretary General Kofi Annan. In 2009, his advisory board sort of looked at the untapped opportunities with the water and sanitation operators as a mechanism to actually implement and accelerate the MDGs. So we were initially established to actually help with the implementation of SDGs, but we've been working for quite some time to basically and transform to develop to deliver SDGs as well. So we are although we have a membership. So this is not. So I need to move through that way. Yeah. So we are organizations that we have a membership, or we're membership-based organization, but we are essentially also actually aiming to develop partnership and working with the, yeah. So GEOPA's membership is open. and open to the institutions, primarily water and sanitation companies. They are mainly public, but we are also open to other institutions, cities, cities departments, NGOs, multilateral development banks, and trade unions, and an association of water and sanitation companies, those who are basically agreeing with overarching the principles to join the alliances. So together with the member organizations, alliances, we also committed to UN Water Action Agenda by 2030. So we committed to reach out to more than 100 million people by improving access to water and sanitation through 100 more water and sanitation partnership. So when we actually explain what is water operator partnership, so there's often a little bit unclarity. So let me explain you a little bit what we mean by water and sanitation partnership. So there are some keywords are important keywords. So basically the partnership is meant to be non-for-profit between two or more water and sanitation operators carry out in an objective of strengthening their capacity and sustainably provide quality services to all. So it is recognized one of the very effective capacity building instruments, and is purely carried out on a non-for-profit basis. It's seen as a mechanism, basically. The institutions, they're coming together and helping one another to deliver sustainable water services. So the approach, there are sort of like, we say there are several ways of actually looking at this approach, why this is critical. So I put it like four of them here. So first of all, the primary objective to really improve the performance of the utilities and then operators by looking at what their specific need is, and they often come together and establish working group, specifically working on certain area, on operation, on management, on infrastructure, design, planning, and a lot of those issues they tackle very specifically. So with the performance improved, so utilities are able to actually address some of the key climate challenge issues. They are able to provide more services and able to access to those who are in need. And the approach is proven to be have a very huge financial leverage. Often the $1 invested in the partnership is at least leverages $1. So it has very sort of like a low cost implications, because often utilities, they avail their sort of like expert team to support utilities that in need to improve the capacity, to bring those group of experts to actually work sometimes over 3 years. It's very sort of costly, but through that mechanism, so it comes actually very cost-effective way. So, and the other issues, there are like thousands of water sanitation utilities. Of course, we will not be able to go around and train them and get them all in partnership. So we have seen when utility receive the support and they improve their capacity, they also go out and then they share that capacity and knowledge they've learned from previous mentorship. So there is this ripple effect that actually they replicate this experience and they share experience with the other in needs. And then finally, this is in a way is a way of localizing SDGs, because the water and sanitation utilities are forefront in delivering services and working with the communities, with the cities, to improve their capacities, and working with them is a way to localize SDG, to deliver SDG 6. So we are working closely with, this is a global movement and is happening all around. So there are many partners implementing this approach, including multilateral development banks and bilateral development agencies. So we working with the global WOP. There are several WOP platforms in different regions that are basically promoting this solidarity-based approach to reach out more utilities. And as UN Habitat, we are also monitoring and providing services to the partners by basically collecting, establishing WOP, the global database, to monitor what are these WOPs are, where they are happening, how we can actually help partners to establish partnership, bringing them together, so we collect this data. And we also have platform, a digital platform that we support partners to basically manage and monitor their water operator partnership programs. So one last slide I have here. So we have about the 9 community of practices established in the workplace. So this is in partnership with the Dutch Water Partnership Program, Waterworks. And there are several actually thematic area with over 1,000 users, basically regularly, weekly and monthly, they are coming together and discussing several specific issues. So if you are interested as an individual, so you don't need to wait another conferences or another sort of big gathering. So there is always actually specific discussions happening in this community of practice workspace. So we are currently also implementing one of the EU's big funding program called EU WAP. So we are implementing 22 partnerships around the globe. Many of them are in the global south. And then a lot of partners from Europe are supporting this capacity building of the utilities. And then this last slide, so we are based in Germany, so hosted by government of Germany, based in Bonn. So we are closely working with the Netherlands. They're supporting our the program normative tools development knowledge, and then EU is providing financing for specific program implementation. So we are increasingly working with the UNICEF, trying to basically support their water and sanitation program by strengthening the utilities capacities. So the partnership is going on. So we have in the past been supported by Department of Energy, Abu Dhabi, OPEC Foundation, and currently also working with the Bill Melinda Gates Foundations for inclusive sanitation. So with that, I finish from here. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Emra, especially for keeping the time. This was great. And then I would like to call now Paul Garacuchea. He's Director of Sustainable Supply Chains, Agricultural and Food Systems, and in the Federal Ministry for Economic Cooperation and Development of Germany. But first, just would like for you to know that our Honorable Elizabeth Saki, Lord Mayor of Accra, is now with us and will be joining our panel today. Thank you. Paul, please, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Anna. I'm really pleased to be here and yes, joining the family, I think this is important in this context. I'm impressed by what you have prepared right now. So, Amra, thank you too. This is really like a excellent excellent exercise to bring people and organizations together. I think this partnership is really important and instrumental for what we want to achieve. I'm pretty new in this position, so I'm really thrilled to participate and really like to convey you my sincere uh, greetings from the government, from the German government. And now I'm going to present what we call the Urban Water Catalyst Initiative, which I think there is no kind of acronym that we have sorted out right now. So it's kind of saying triple UCI or something. But I think this is a nice new approach that I want to present in a few slides. Okay, better?
Yes.
Yeah, great. Okay. Um, doesn't work? Okay. The recent UN 23 Water Conference emphasized that the tripling of capital investments is needed globally to achieve SDG 6.1 and 6.2 by 2030. However, the contributions utilities make to close this gap and their access to public and commercial finance are still insufficient. Many utilities in middle low income countries perform poorly and do not cover operational costs. At the same time, they play a key role in achieving the twin goals of SDG 6, water and sanitation, and 13, climate resilience, and are at the forefront of making cities climate resilient, achieving national climate adaptation targets, and expanding water, sanitation, and hygiene services. Hence, to adequately tackle these challenges, we urgently need a shift in the water finance architecture. Utilities are the key actors to provide reliable and resilient wash services to growing urban populations, yet they often do not have sufficient technical and especially financial capacities for new infrastructure and maintenance and lack long-term concept for operational cost recovery. This leads to a neglect of existing infrastructure and hampers the transition of utilities to sustainable capital market financing. I'll give you some background on the initiative. The UCI was launched at the UN Water Conference 2023 with the purpose of improving utilities' access to capital market financing. The initiative is a joint commitment of the Netherlands and Germany with support from the European Union and is registered as a transformative initiative as part of the UN Water Action Agenda. As the first global initiative to mobilize public and private investments in climate-resilient urban water operators as such, the initiative represents, I think, a game changer in development cooperation and the financial architecture of the water sector. It combines traditional project finance with long-term and reform-oriented support. It is aligned with the UN SDG 6 Global Acceleration Framework, aiming to deliver fast results at an increased scale and contributes to the action areas of the framework related to innovation, financing, and capacity development. So far, the German and Dutch governments have committed about 42 million euro in grant funding, 32 million from BMZ, which is the Ministry for Development Cooperation in Germany, and 10 million from the Dutch Foreign Ministry. Also, the EU intends to make available a 112 million euro guarantee under the European Fund for Social Development. Overall, the Urban Water Catalyst initiative is inspired by utilities in the Global South, which, despite operating in very difficult environments, managed to succeed in increasing cost recovery and overall performance and contributing to successful utility turnarounds. What next? What exactly is the Triple UCI initiative about? Let me briefly introduce you to the structure and setup of the initiative. We intend to build an overarching partnership of various donors, financiers, and investors supporting the joint goals of this initiative. As you can see on the top, the main implementation vehicle will be a dedicated long-term facility that will combine the full spectrum of technical and financial support instruments using a step-by-step approach that is advancing according to the fulfillment and individually defined milestones in each step. Thus, reform-minded utilities will have access to both complementary technical assistance and gradually increasing financing instruments for a systemic performance turnaround as a company. The initiative pursues a long-term vision by focusing not only on financing infrastructure, but also on systemic improvements of the utilities management and operations, such as collection efficiency and digitalization, which are crucial to cost recovery and creditworthiness. The initiative offers its support through various stages, starting with technical assistance. All stages are linked to specific milestones, as I said before, with a view to increasing the creditworthiness of the utility. Why do we think this is a shift, maybe calling a paradigm shift? To this end, the Urban Water Catalyst initiative intends to shift the paradigm in water utility finance. The emphasis is on good governance, a demand-driven approach, integrating flexible financing and technical support aimed at increasing the financial independence of the utilities. The approach is designed to transition from financing of specific investment projects towards supporting the utility as a corporate. After the launch of the Triple UCI at the UN Water Conference in March 2023, we have worked closely with our partners to initiate the next concrete steps of implementation. For all those who are interested in this transformative initiative, the current state and future outlook of the Triple UCI will be introduced in more detail during the official COP28 side event, Accelerating Urban Water Resilience, Innovative Finance for Urban Water Utilities, taking place in the Presidency Room on December 10th at 11:30. Thank you very much for letting me present this initiative. I'm still learning a lot because I'm new. But anyway, I think this is crucial. This is instrumental for what we want to achieve. And thank you all for this moment I could present it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Paul. And now we are jumping to Sabine Stauffer. Sabine has over 5 years of experience as the CMO and co-founder of Hydraloop. She's passionate about creating a circular water smart society and empowering consumers and businesses to use water twice. She is recognized as a water conservation expert and a thought and change leader, influencing and mobilizing stakeholders to collaborate on sustainable solutions. The floor is yours, Sabine. Go ahead.
Thank you. And the clicker. Thank you. I'll put the timer here. So let me see. Maybe I think I have to take my shoes off. I'm better with the. Yeah. Oh, it's nicer even. Look. All for you. I think it's better. So let me put the timer on. Okay, and the clicker. Yes. Oh, hard to see from here. Yes. So this is very practical. We are a solution provider. This started in 2015 as an idea. My husband and I in a garage. This is a husband and wife garage story with the idea that how crazy it is that we still flush our toilets, that we water our gardens and we wash our clothes with pure tap water, whilst 2 billion people don't have access to water, and we will have another 2 billion people in 30 years' time on our planet. So something's got to change. So we wanted to create decentral water recycling solutions, and we actually did. And this is our story, and I'm telling you from little startup to where we are now. And the clicker is... do I do anything wrong, or is it the wrong side, or... Oh, there we are. Yeah. So this is me and my husband. And so from a little startup, now we are an internationally recognized company with our ideas and with our vision. And we have offices in the Middle East here. We have them in Canada, the Netherlands, and Australia. Hello? Okay. All right. I'm going to bend over a little bit here. So this is just, to show you, and we're here in the water pavilion, so you must know that this is the water stress, basically. These are the current figures of the Water World Resources Institute right now. And I have a lot of slides, so if this is... So we have a global challenge, basically. So we have emerging water stress. This is partly due to climate change, but most of it is because of population growth. And urbanization. When you have a lot of slides and it's very slow. Okay, I'll. Yeah. So let me see. So this means that there is a huge crisis that needs solutions as well, which is a huge market as well. If this doesn't work out, maybe then I can work with a team and I can just put my hand up and then... It seems very slow.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, otherwise I'll do like this. Well, this is... I can continue. This is... Whoa. So, and it is the right one? Yeah. Okay. So if I want to go one back, I have to go the left one? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but it doesn't do it. Okay. I'll try and continue best as I can. So basically, we decided to create a system that collects grey water from baths, showers, and washing machines, and also condensation water from heat pumps and air conditioners. So we treat that water, it goes in the top of the system, it is purified to the highest international standards, and then it can be reused again for toilet flushing, washing machine, garden, and swimming pool. Yeah. Okay. So let's move on. That was 2. Okay. And so what we wanted to do and wanted to create is a product that is compact, very low maintenance, has a minimal footprint, modular design, automatic backup processes, and that they are all internet connected, because all that data is of course very important. The data that we collect from the end users is actually fed to the consumer or the user with an app, but also that data goes into a system that we have created so that we can monitor every system. Yeah, this was the one, so we can go on. And obviously you need a lot of certifications because there are many, many regulations in the world, and we comply with the highest international standards. So let me quickly whisk you through the products that we created, because we started with a 300-liter unit, you see it in the middle. But then because of demand, because in many countries, families use a lot more water, so we created a larger version. And then we started to do modular, scalable, made-to-measure solutions. We're doing many of them now, like hotels, student housing. So where in the basement there is a cascaded version of these systems working all as one to collect all this water so it can be reused again. And this is what we presented in January, because actually 70% of the world population lives in small apartments. So they don't have the space to have this like fridge kind of unit in their home. So we created something that is behind the wall. It's integrated with a toilet flushing system. So this is great for new apartments, but also for bathroom retrofit situations. And you can see here that what we're aiming for is we want to make water recycling sexy and water saving, So you can be, you can be good for the world, but you can also show the world, that you're a water saver and change your bathroom into a statement of water sustainability and design. We started in 2015 with an idea. We work with a partner network. We currently have 130 partners in 5 continents, and you see them here. Next. And as I said, all units actually are like smartphones. Every Hydroloop is a smartphone with a few water tanks, to put it very bluntly. And we want to follow all these systems, and we can through our Hydroloop device manager. So we can monitor every system online, and our partners can monitor their systems. And as I said, that data is very valuable, and we give it back also to the customers on their app, so they can know how much water they've saved and how to optimize that, basically, giving them education. Now, of course, with customers, when we started, you have the early adopters. These are the people that intrinsically really want to, just like solar panels, they also want to save water. But we are doing more and more projects. So let's now go to the next one. So this is an example, the Netherlands. We've had 6 years of drought. The Netherlands, the country that lies, you may know, 2/3 below sea level, and we are in a drought for 6 years' time. And the overarching organization in the Netherlands of water utilities, they actually urged the Dutch government in the end of 2022 that it has to be forbidden to actually flush toilets with pure tap water, basically because they cannot provide any longer. And that map, it is in Dutch, but this is from Vitens, which is the largest water utility in the Netherlands. This is showing the actual urgency, and dark red is where action is needed right now, because there is not sufficient any more water to serve all Dutch citizens. Yeah. So what happened, and this is such a good example. So 6 years of a drought. Then the Dutch government decided, okay, they created this national water reduction plan, saying within 12 years, all Dutch citizens have to reduce their water consumption in their own homes with 20%. And they created all these papers. Next. And so this needs to be done within 12 years, which is great. And we've been doing this for a while. This was on the left. This was the first pilot, 10 homes with water recycling systems, our water recyclers. Then 41 homes, which the final ones are just being delivered. And now, as an example, we're doing this urban environment with 200 homes. Next. And so what are the benefits of water recycling? Because, ladies and gentlemen, we've all been in a carbon footprint tunnel, and carbon is very important and we have to reduce. But water is our blue gold, it's our finite resource. So for homeowners, they save water, they reduce their wastewater. In some countries, you have to pay for your wastewater, so it saves on your bills. But you also reduce energy, you lower your carbon footprint, and you also can get green building certification points. But if we look more for governments and water utilities, so what's in it for them? Well, basically, you can do more with less. With all this population growth and all this urbanization, for water utilities to expand their infrastructures, it's very expensive, not just on the clean water side, but actually on the wastewater side as well. So one of our partners is Sydney Water, for example, in Australia, one of the largest water utilities in the world. So it's more efficient use of what is already there. And the benefits for the environment, well, needless to say, you have savings in GHG emissions, and it's lowering carbon footprint and restoring nature, etc. And of course, it contributes towards at least 4 of the UN SDGs. So in the Netherlands, we are a part of, we're in Leeuwarden, and this is the European Water Technology Innovation Ecosystem Hub. The building on the right is actually WETSIS, the European Center for Excellence and Studies. This has PhD students all over the world. Oh, yeah, but I had a little breakup, so I hope I can have a few more minutes. So, but this is a whole ecosystem which fosters basically where innovation, innovative companies or ideas become SMEs, become small, or startups, small companies, and then become larger companies. And that is, the Netherlands is very good for that. Next. But we're also a member of Water Europe. And so this is actually, and I thank them very much for giving me the opportunity to speak here today. So basically, Water Europe is in Brussels. It's the multi-stakeholder association representing the whole water ecosystem. And they are creating manifestos, many other documents, but also they are supporting the European Blue Deal, which we are really hoping that will actually next year will be adopted by the European Commission. And also they are promoting a lot of these living labs, basically where new initiatives are being tested so they can become products and can go to market. Next. Now, with all that information and knowledge that we learned over the last years, we realized that like the tangible solutions, not just ours, but there are many tangible solutions that can be implemented today to make sure that we have water not just for our future generations, but actually for now. But we have to make, many people don't even know where to start. So when we were asked this spring to come to the United Nations Water Conference and present our vision, we created this blueprint for a circular water smart society. This is tangible solutions for the practical implementation of circular water. We managed to give it to our king. He's the gentleman in the middle, and got a lot of publicity through of that. And it was accepted at the Water Action Agenda of the United Nations. And now we're here back at COP. We're invited again by the Dutch government, and tomorrow we are launching the new blueprint for a circular water smart society. This is edition 2024. It is a little bit more updated. And basically, next, what we are doing, I have one physical copy here because officially the first copy is being given to the Dutch envoy tomorrow. But you can find it on the website Global Circular Experts. But what we are discussing, to just show you, is to say, listen, we should have water fit for purpose in the built environment. It shouldn't just all be of a certain quality. It has to be hygienic water, or it has to be circular water. It has to be, fit for the purpose that it is necessary. And we also discuss like that it can be rainwater collection depending on where you live, or you can have grey water recycling systems, or you can have circular showers, or vacuum toilets. And obviously digital water management is very important. And this vision of ours also is carried by and is initiated by Water Europe. That is the water smart society that we are also envisioning. So at the backside of our blueprint, it basically states the conclusion. And I can be very brief, it says it all there. But what we need, if we want to transition from a linear to a circular water smart society, We've tried to do it bottom up, but now we need top down. So we need, so we need legislation, we need building codes being adjusted, that water saving has to be mandated. We should really start at least mandating or banning that beautiful tap water is used for situations like toilet flushing. And obviously we need to incentivize customers and companies to start using and saving water with financial incentives like tax incentives, etc. And to really get the flying wheel going, so that we, as I said, it's not just to make sure that there is water for future generations. It is actually to make sure that our generation has enough water. That's the mission we're on. And we have a session tomorrow from 2 to 2:45 at the Innovation and Technology Hub. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much, Sabine, and congratulations for the accomplishments. Incredible. We need a lot of innovation to change things. Very nice. So I would like now to call for Kot. Kot is chairwoman of the Climate Change and Biodiversity Working Group of the International Federation of Landscapes Architects and CEO and founder of Land Process and Porous City Network. The floor is yours.
Thank you. Yes, so really like your presentation, Professor, and startup and your startup. And I think I really like one sentence: start from yourself. So I just feel that I'm a landscape architect and I'm part of many initiatives, and I have several hats. And we should connect about the water because I'm from Thailand and it's from the city that's one of the most at risk, sinking top 10 about the climate impact. So I'm also sit on the Global Commission on Nature Positive City. So I think there's so much investment that needs to be done about nature-based solution in my country and many. This is all the 15 of us, mayors, experts, and many other. But Maria, can you tell me for 10 minutes as well? The clicker. What should I do? Okay. So it's not about only the net zero city, but what is a natural positive city? Okay, so this is my city. You can see it's very flat, it's very delta looking, and it's actually similar to many other cities around the world, big city like New York, Penang, and things. So we are thinking as a Southeast Asia, and I'm sure that finance is part of it, and we are looking for that. But in the same way, the government sector itself have to help our own nations. It's not working. Is it? Okay, so maybe it's slow. So this is the map in 2050, and we are looking like that. So Bangkok probably gonna be gone from the map. And what should we do from these 28 years? This is our delta water, and the whole watershed is actually have to go through Bangkok, go through Penang, go through Manila, go through some part of the New York, Tokyo. So I think this is a big problem, and I'm sure that finance are part of it. And a big city is actually covering on the floodplain. Is it slow or? Okay, so this is us every day. And thinking about what is finance laws and what is many other benefit laws in our daily living. This is so slow. Yes, this is alligator. So this is our friends. And when we talk about nature positive city, we should include all these things within. Yeah, this is us, very resilient and very adaptive. But you can see that there's probably not enough government benefit. Yes. I have to go quick. How could I do it? No, I can stand here as well. No? Oh my gosh.
I will do.
Okay. You got a hand. Okay, just. Yeah, so just go quick. Yeah, I'm just gonna. sea level rise is actually there. We export the shrimp. The most shrimp in the world come from us. This is Bangkok boundary. So let's go quick. Yeah, you just. Okay, stop here. This is water element, water governance. Go. This is how we organize how to fix one problems. You have to go through all these 47 departments. And I'm sure the finance can come, but we have a ready system to support the finance that we're gonna get or we're gonna have or even our own budget. So I think this is a very big problem that we need to talk to each country that are we ready to receive the money? Even so, yes, the problem is not is Bangkok, is Thailand. So everything is like there, but it's not true. We have another like millions people. I think our strategy is either adapt or die. The other thing is what I'm trying to do as a landscape architect. I'm trying to promote how can the water living with the water. No, how can the city living with the water? And this is the strategy of the monkey sheep. We try to build a pond. This is one of the park I think have done 5 or 7 years ago, and this is the first green infrastructure in Bangkok for 30 years. New park in 30 years for 15 million people cities. The park itself is actually not like just a nice recreation, but it's also talking about the water retention. So I inclined the whole park because we're so flat and then equipped with rainwater tank, the wetland, the green roof, and then at the bottom end. And Mr. Antonio Guterres went and visited there. Good support, big support for the local. So I think the work itself is actually part of the urban ecosystem-based adaptation. We all have solution, we all have many things, but definitely we need more finance and policy come together and support nature-based solution, not just for nature, but for the city to thrive. So let's go. We only have wet and dry seasons. The other thing is how to make city porous. It's not about keeping water, but also have the water go through quickly, because otherwise we actually flood other people upstream. Yes. So one of the projects I'm working on as a lead designer is the biggest urban farm rooftop in Asia. Thinking about all the rooftop, the waste space that need to help the city as a solution rather than create more problems. So this is the building that you can grow food. You can have a solar roof on top and retention pond to collect water and then drain down to gravities, and then you get clean food. Fixing so many problems in one budget, we have to go and look around all the problems that we can solve. Not only just about waters, but it's also about foods and things. And this is the wisdom that we're getting from the rice terraces. Yes, and we also have to work about the network of canals. We used to have 3,000 canals. The West people call us the Venice of the East. So now Venice is sinking. We should call Bangkok of the West. So, okay, probably people don't get it, but it's okay. But the water city needs to connect the canal, but now this is what the canal look like. This is a study that I got we got funding from the Netherlands government through the project called Hotspot for the water leverage. Yeah. So this is us. This is already great, right? Nature positive city. This is our like 50, 60 years ago. But right now, this is how we damage with all this great solution. So when you have a finance or when you give finance, when the finance come, please make sure that it's coming to the right solution. Don't create this for us more. Like seawall, try to fix many other things. So I shift this with the mayor, the previous governor of Bangkok. Just go. With the first Venice of the East canal, that thinking about public space and how to reuse the water, make the water screen as part of the city. And if we destroy the whole drainage system, that's how we are flooded. This is us. This is how we have to go to bureaucracy systems. And I think this is crazy. It's slowing us down for the whole solutions. Probably, maybe I have another 2 more minutes, Maria? Yeah, okay, let's go. So we need to break the silos, and I think all of us here agree with me that we are having problem with silo, not only just finance sector. And yes, this is how I break the silo, talking to people, the community, capacity buildings. I think the finance is so important. And when we got a voice from the community, we can fund it, this type of project. And of course, we have 2,000 more canals. The budget probably have to come for so many different ways, and that's why we are here as well. And the room for river is another strategy that come from Dutch and maybe come from other country that needs to be applied and kind of retap to the problems. Just go. I think I'm probably finished. Can you go quick? This is the study. We already have plan, and now we are in the process of convincing. Are we gonna flood? Shall we run? No, we're not gonna flood, right? Okay. Okay, I also have another hat working a lot with the climate vulnerable communities along the canals. We need to displace 7,000 households around the canals, around the floodplain, and many more. So this is another problem. Even loss and damage fund is actually established in the first day of COP. But who's gonna get it? Are we already registered as this loss and damage and things? So yeah, let's collaborate and work together. And of course, we need finance to move all this possible solution. Thank you.
Congratulations, Scott. Very, very nice. Incredible. I wish we had the roofs like this in Rio de Janeiro. Incredible. So, our last speaker, I would like to call the Honorable Mayor of Accra, Elizabeth Saki. She is the current Chief Executive of the Accra Metropolitan Assembly and also an economist and a politician. Please, the floor is yours. Good morning.